Hey, it's IdkWhatsRc, also known as Samuel Magna in real life, and this video will be about the project I'm currently working on called Raining Chain. So Raining Chain is a non-commercial open source MMORPG that has been under development for about 6 months now, and I'm currently looking for partners to expand the project. So if you're a programmer, artist, or designer, keep watching if you want to be part of the adventure. But first, what is Raining Chain exactly? So like I said earlier, it's an open source MMORPG. This means that anyone can contribute to the core of the game, but it's also built in a way that anyone without programming knowledge can also submit their own creation. So they can create maps for the game, and they can also create their own sprite sheet, monster, and even quests and boss that can be easily added to the game. The goal is to make it about as easy as RPG Maker to use, but with the features of a dynamic action MMORPG. Now, about the gameplay, Raining Chain is based around quests, created over time by the players and the developers, of course. In Raining Chain, completing a quest grants a permanent bonus to a stat. This means that unlike most other MMOs, every quest in Raining Chain is actually useful for both low-level and high-level players. The bonus awarded by the quest is randomly generated, and completing the quest again will reroll its value. Players also have the option to increase the quest difficulty and by the same time increase their odds of receiving a good roll. Another key element in Raining Chain is the player customization, allowing players to create fundamentally different builds. This is achieved via the passive grid, the equipment, and the ability options. So every time a player gains a level, it also gains a passive point. This point can be used on the passive grid to grant a bonus to a stat. Players must plan and use their points wisely to get the best out of their own character. There are also major mods that will greatly impact how the player progresses. The game also offers a complex item customization system, so every piece of equipment is unique and randomly generated, similar to most hack-and-slash games. These equipment can also be improved via different orbs. These orbs act as the currency of the game. And finally, there are abilities, basically what the player uses to kill monsters and progress in the game. The main ones are the attacks that can either shoot projectile or strike in close combat. The system is very flexible, allowing the creation of really unique bosses. Sky is pretty much the limit in Raining Chain. And don't forget that this is only a brief summary of what the game has to offer so far. I want to keep it simple for this video. Now let's talk more about the technical aspects of Raining Chain. First, I would like to mention the fact that Raining Chain is currently fully functional and the entire code and resources can be found on Cloud9. The link will be in the description. So for those who doesn't really know what Cloud9 is, it's basically like Google Docs but for code. So it allows multiple people to work on the same project at the same time. We also plan to use Ventrilo or Skype for communication. Raining Chain is entirely coded in JavaScript and it's played in a browser, so no download is required for the player. The server is also in JavaScript running under a Node.js server. This means that the server and the client can share the same code for non-vital features. The game itself runs inside a HTML canvas and every actor is drawn via a sprite sheet. The map and collision system is similar to Zelda 2D games, so actor can move pixel by pixel, but the map is a grid. So what is the current state of the project and what is needed to complete the project? So first, Raining Chain is looking for programmers that are fluent with HTML5 and game making in general. You will also need to be able to make highly scalable and flexible systems. So this means short-term solutions are not an option. For the artistic parts, Raining Chain is mainly looking for 2D pixel artists to create actor sprite sheets, so this includes the player, enemy, and bullets. There are also the icons, interface, and special effects to make. Someone experienced with sound effects and music would also be needed. However, keep in mind that the game will most likely use royalty-free music, so a music writer is not really required, but of course, it would be a plus to the team. And finally, for the design, Raining Chain is looking for people with experience with website, forums, and interface. The game also needs a lore, so the settings where the game will take place. So if you think you can contribute to the game and you want to be part of the team, simply send me an email at rainingchain.gmail.com. You can also contact me if you want more information or if you want to try out the game yourself first. And finally, don't forget that even if you don't have any special knowledge, you can still contribute to the game by making maps, quests, and custom interface. So you will have access to all the graphic resources and various softwares like Tile to help you improve the project. However, Raining Chain is not fully ready for this kind of contribution since we are still working on the core of the game. But don't worry, it shouldn't be too long before we launch the game. So thanks again for your time and see ya!